have a lot of CC, a lot of mobility, but Udyr doesn't really care about those things. If he's able to just run at you, stun you, and then burn you with that Phoenix stance, you kind of lose all power as the Riven. So it really depends how this lane goes. Of course, at the start of the game, it is going to be Udyr with pretty good control for the most part. But sort of as this level 6 comes through and sort of depending on how Driver wants to play the lane, I mean, in general, the most success we see is this Udyr pushing lane, invading.
Yeah.
But it's not as easy against Riven. Riven, one of the few top laners alongside the likes of Cassante, the likes of Udyr, that actually have a reasonable amount of wave clear.
Yeah, also, unlike in maybe a Cassante matchup where Aja feels completely comfortable running around the map, ignoring his enemy top, if he lets this Riven free farm, it will be a problem. So,
especially, once again, because of the damage, right?
Yeah. Jimmy.
Not a great start.
Yeah, not going to be able to get a recall off here. This is going to be torture against a Karma. Starting the game below half HP. And I think, didn't something similar happen to him against PSG?
New tech, new Udyr tech discovered.
Oh, he's
we invade bot side, but
on the wrong
Gemini
side of
somehow soul reads Driver and starts top side.
Yeah.
Oh my, we've ghosted.
I think he's just trying to get back to lane. He's looking for Gemini. Husha is on his way too. This is pretty smart from Beyond. This is by far the weakest point in the game for Vi, but Gemini already picked up his blue buff. So he's...
Oh, the wolves being leashed for so long means Husha doesn't take them. Thinking they're already gone.
No, I think because there'll still be an icon on the minimap. Uh-oh.
Oh my god. I mean, this is honestly just the result of Driver spending so much time.
This is a disaster.
Yeah. No, this is, I think, we probably see Riven just winning this.
Yeah, like you can already call it. Like it seems ridiculous, but you can kind of already call it at this point. It feels like.
I think part of the reason why Riven actually does okay into this Udyr is because of that shield, but we see flash forward. There is no flash, of course, onto Driver, not even the Ghost, and first blood for Jiang. Some of that prowess on this Riven is being shown.
Yeah, if we couldn't call it before, I mean, Driver's going to get to TP and pick up this wave, but yeah, disaster. Nice by Jiang. Of course, knows his limits on this champion. As you said, he's a one-trick, or was a one-trick.
Was, yeah. I don't think it's fair to call him a one-trick now that we've seen him play Cassante and Aatrox.
Yeah.
To the level
as
of
well
the
as
best
Twisted Fate.
Did he play Twisted Fate? He did, yeah. Jiang now is mid lane. Not teleporting, walking. No. Husha's going to find himself a kill there. It's going to be Gemini taken out, but now Jiang, he's finding his way onto 116, and Power W is going to mean that 116 able to get out. Jiang even wasting a lot of time. Going to find that recall now, be able to teleport back to the top, but a 1-for-1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, Jiang salvages that play in the mid lane, and he just hits level 3. Oh, he doesn't even hit level 3. He just kills this guy.
We've picked Udyr.
Just
and we've lost lane.
Exactly enough damage to kill him. Does hit level 3 eventually and dashes away from the tower. But, yeah. This Udyr is going to have a very tough time having any impact this game.
As you're seeing, lead for Jiang. Now Driver is trading back, but still not winning out.
Yeah. Long cooldowns on the Riven at this point, so he can trade some damage back.
Yeah, but still losing. Kind of problematic that you've got an Udyr who won't do anything into the on-hit Varus or the Talia.
Oh, it's on-hit Varus as well.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. You're against Xin Zhao, you're against Udyr, you're against Tahm Kench.
Yeah, a lot of AD on your team as well, so lethality doesn't feel too great to build. A lot of value in the armor items for the enemy team.
I'm interested to see what Jiang opts in for his build this game.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with Riven builds. You go Ravenous Hydra?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
You can go Profane, but...
okay. Enough wave clear, but you need to get lifesteal somehow, and it's kind of hard to get lifesteal.
You can also go Eclipse.
Oh. Maybe not into Udyr.
No, it's no longer lethality. It is just cooldown reduction and damage. So it's actually not that bad. Percent health damage as well. So
percent health, right?
Percent max health.
Oh.
So doesn't actually do that poorly. And then obviously gives you a shield, which is good against Udyr. Does a lot of damage. It still has the proc on it, which is good against squishy targets.
Yeah, and Udyr with already low damage, any damage mitigation coming out against him really affects any kill threshold he might have.
BYG, though, they're not just going to roll over and lose. They do pick themselves up that Dragon. Driver realizing the danger he's in with Jiang being level 6 and
No
weak side. It's
TP,
just going
though.
to recall.
No TP on Driver, though. He's going to lose just the one plate and the massive wave to the tower.
I'm going to say it. I think BYG have been the worst Udyr team so far.
Yeah, especially because, I mean, Driver is just so good on the carries. And is a very strong laner.
And this seems like a perfectly good Rumble game. Obviously, it was banned, but
Yeah.
there are champs akin to Rumble. Not quite the power, but
Yeah.
we don't want to see the tank cannon into the Riven. We've seen that before.
Yeah.
It was actually these two players.
Driver doing okay on farm, considering the state of this lane. But his early plays on the Udyr as well, he just wasn't able to really have that much impact. He got Husha a couple of camps, stolen away from Gemini, but...
Who cares? You will push the R button as Vi.
Yeah. Yeah, it did chunk out Jimmy in a little bit. Uh-oh. Feng getting flashed on. I think he's just dead, yeah. And Gemini there to protect his bot lane. Oh, this might be an engage, re-engage onto Beyond, though.
Yeah, Jimmy does get chunked out pretty substantially. 116 going to find his way on. Even going to land that Mantra Q, and Jimmy is 1 HP. In fact, he's 0 HP. As Husha dives on in there and confirms himself another kill. Kaiwing now being the target. Flash forward means that hit blast cone is going to net Husha a third, and he is now 3-1 here on this Xin Zhao.
Yeah.
And if it looked a little bit doomed here for the side of BYG, Husha at least is certainly trying to keep them within it. BYG also having 116 here on 100% kill participation alongside that Xin Zhao.
So what do you think Jiang is building? Is it just Sundered Sky? We're going to see the engage onto Feng here. Really nice flashes to follow up from Pretender. Kaiwing flashes initially. Nice flash from Feng, but Pretender just flashes to follow the Senna here and finish off the kill. Meanwhile, Gemini is preventing Husha and Stay True from getting a flank onto his bot lane. And then it's actually Frank who initially are looking for something here and decide to not go for it, but 1116 actually just recognizes how strong they are in a 2v3 here. He's a level up on Jimmy and chunks 2 there with the Mantra Q. And then Husha plays this fight amazingly well. This is a hard kill to find onto Kaiwing. But he does do it. Knows Kaiwing doesn't have flash. And just picks up another kill for himself. And
Driver, old pop, Blade of the Exile. Confirms the kill, Jiang. Certainly not going to go down without a fight. And he is going to pick up that kill. Now, back to your question about what we think Jiang's building. I think the glowing moat probably going to go into cooldown boots. And the rest of it, I mean, we get to see. Could be Sundered Sky. Could also still be the Eclipse.
do cooldown boots have a component now?
Yeah, they have the glowing moat.
Does make sense. You know, all the other boots have a component apart from the Mobies and the Swifties. Does that mean Swifties have a component now?
No. Yes. Boots of swiftness. Is it boots of speed? What are the original boots? Boots of speed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Just the brown boots. It turns out to be a Spear of Shojin.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Cooldown reduction probably outside of AD being the best stat Riven can get. The pinnacle of ability spammers alongside Yone and Yasuo.
Yeah.
Even Udyr, actually.
I mean, sub 10-minute Shojin for the Riven now.
Yeah, this is going to be a massive problem. Now,
Yeah.
in fairness to BYG, Karma might be pretty good at dealing with the Riven.
Yeah, kinda. I don't really seeing this. I'm not really seeing this Riven die
No, neither.
this game.
That is the big problem. I mean, you've started this game horrifically for BYG.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a Fed Zin, but
Yeah, look, none of this matters. Yesterday, I was of the opinion that we were going to see a 15-minute game when a Draven was like 5-0.
yeah, I do remember that.
It was not a 15-minute game.
Different caliber of team here, you'd like to think.
You would. Dragon start up though, BYG, they got the first one, they're looking for the second one. Karma, much more powerful than Talia in general in these fights. Obviously, a nice seismic shove can be the difference maker. Teleport coming through, Jung going to be here, and this is going to be a massive problem now for Frank. Driver, even if he does come, going to have absolutely no impact. Going to be at least one kill found by the Exile, going to confirm that one. Jimmy going to run away as fast as he possibly can with that phase rush active. Flash forward here from Jung. Finds his way onto 116. Seismic shove does land, and this Karma will be taken out. Jimmy going to claim that one. So Dragon does go down, 2 kills as well. It does cost Jiang both his flash and teleport, but certainly worth it.
Yeah.
As all that was really found to match was just 2 tower plates.
Yeah, really no hope once Jiang is coming to the fight. TP advantage he was able to get for himself. And yeah, really nice ward actually on the side of Frank to allow him to TP in here. The Weaver's Wall kind of getting in his way a little bit, but he was able to just jump over as Riven and get onto Feng, who is a little bit abandoned by his team. Trying to chase down Jimmian. And then a nice flash here. Yeah, he knows how to play Riven.
No, not often I'd say something like this about a champ like Riven, but that was a max range Q.
Yeah.
The knock-up was actually had to be on the absolute outskirts of that Q radius.
Yep.
Does find it though, yeah. Definitely knows his limits. Knows how to play Riven. Driver, similar to solo Q, is getting demolished.
So Frank do have to worry a little bit about armor stacking coming out from beyond, but they've got an on-hit Varus and Jimmian's not doing too poorly. Maybe a dive here for Frank. Bit risky. Tom Kench ult is very close to being up. So once that up, they'll be perfectly safe against the Vi.
Games like this make you wonder why we haven't just seen Jiang's Riven before.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to kind of get into a pretty desperate situation.
Wall,
yeah, exactly. So Husha, the most fed member of Beyond, is 2 levels down to Jiang.
Maybe it's something, genuinely, they wanted to try save for playoffs. But
Yeah,
obviously,
maybe.
more important than saving a pick for playoffs is trying to get that buy in playoffs.
Yeah, that is just a win. You're essentially winning a game in playoffs. If
winning the play-ins of playoff.
Yeah. Yeah, winning your first series in playoffs if you can get the top 2.
I think it's 2 series.
Right.
even.
Driver is...
Yeah, making stuff happen top.
Yeah,
But
picked up.
That
4
is
plates.
honestly just a result of Jiang helping his team. Cease and desist use here. Husha going to pop the ult of himself. He is quite strong. Flashing away from the seismic shove means he is going to be okay to get himself to safety. Certainly a big cooldown and not one you want to be using so freely. Does have the Titanic Hydra though on the Zinzal, so is certainly a very, very strong member of BYG. Possibly the strongest they have.
Yeah, and it's a shame because it feels like we're finally seeing him really get going on the Zin this game, but he's got a level 11, 3-0-2 Riven to deal with. Zin, not the greatest champ to do that. Not the worst either, to be honest.
For sure. Rift Herald certainly will be taken now for the side of Frank. And honestly, I think from here, obviously the lead's not that big, but this does feel like a game, especially with how strong Jiang is, that should probably be picked up from Frank. They're looking for Driver. He's actually going to pop the Ghost, so he won't be found.
Yeah, getting a little reckless. Jimmian does have ulti.
Awfully confidently.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay, if Weaver has ult, if Jimmian has Weaver's Wall there, Driver's just certainly dead, but they are going to Rift Herald the top tower and probably go for 2.
We'll see if they can get it. It is the towers trying to be answered back here on the bot side. Teleport coming through. It is going to be Stay True who's arriving Not really going to find much, just defending that tower. Teleport coming through by Jiang, and or maybe... No, it's Jimmy and teleport spot.
Yeah,
does defend the tower.
Oh. So close to getting that tower beyond where. Unfortunately, doesn't end up being an equal trade. Doesn't hurt to have Rift Herald in those situations. So, as you said, the gold is pretty even, a little bit bigger of a lead now after a Rift Herald and a tower for the side of Frank.
I do worry here for Driver. He is trading aggressively and teleport coming through here from 116, but are they truly going to be able to? Dawning Shadow does land onto Jiang, and this could be a kill found from 116. Q can't land, minions in the way. Jiang, is he going to have the cooldown reduction required? Mantra Q does go wide, flash forward. We are going to land that Rouge, and it's going to be the kill. Shut down going over here to 116 on that Karma. It took a lot, but they are able to take down Jiang on this oh so powerful Riven. A lot of gold going over to BYG, and now a bit of pressure around the map too, as Frank are going to have to get off of that mid lane tower. They are going to start up on this Dragon. It'll be the second of the game for them. Driver, though, teleporting down. He's not convinced it's theirs.
Yeah, no TP on the Karma, though, means this will be pretty rough to get. Pretender
gonna have to
is
ghost.
Gonna be okay, yeah.
Stay true. He's trying to defend this Dragon, but Dragon now down to 2,000 HP. Gonna actually get devoured. Weaver's Wall does come through here. It's Jimmy in on the Talia using that. Cease and desist too. Hushi going to arrive at the Dragon, but it's just too little too late as it is taken away. But they do find Gemini on the back end. Going to be Feng who picks up the kill for himself there. 1-2-1 now on that center. Does finally have that support upgrade into the Blood Song.
Yeah, 116 is already doing so much damage. He hasn't even gone back to spend that 600 gold shutdown yet. You see it there onto Jimmy and
seismic shove.
A little bit risky. Jiang does have flash up. Doesn't want to look for it. And I'm amazed that play on the top side worked. For Beyond Riven, so difficult to catch, but it was a perfectly timed Senna ult by Feng that really made the difference, I think, and helped them finish off Jiang. 116 did lose his flash, but I mean, you're gonna take that every time. So 2 items now for 116, and this Karma is probably the strongest champ on the map, really. Jiang not able to finish his second item yet. Kusha alone to defend this tower.
Yeah, does have ults available, so should feel pretty safe.
Yeah,
dodging out of the
shove.
seismic shove as well, so not really any kill pressure after that. That 116 will arrive, so tower stays nice and healthy up on the top side. Driver being very much a split pusher on this Udyr this game, trying to keep Jiang as far away from the team fights as possible because he is undoubtedly the strongest champion on the Rift.
Yeah, and Udyr just doesn't really do anything into this team fight, team comp from Frank.
He runs in a straight line and dies.
Yeah, he's going to go for a stun on Pretender here.
Oh, there's no way he ever gets a stun on Pretender. Nice seismic shove on to stay true. Actually chucking him out to half HP. Does have that grey health and the healing coming through from Feng, so should be okay.
Yeah, just trading waves back and forwards mid so far. Probably just waiting on the next Dragon to really do anything. Though Frank might look for something here with the Vitalia. Shove lands on Driver.
Yeah, shove does land. Of course, the Vault Breaker going to be used as well. Turtle Stance empowered coming through to make sure Driver doesn't get taken out, but does lose a reasonable chunk of his health. Jiang on the bot side. It's always in games like this where we just have to keep our tabs on this Riven.
Yep.
Up CS, very, very strong. 3-1 and 2 with the Black Cleaver now completed. Cooldown boots also. There is so much ability haste available now for this Riven. Going to be able to consistently keep abilities up, do a lot of damage, and just be an absolute menace if she's able to get to these team fights. But Driver doing a pretty good job thus far of keeping away from them.
And I think they're just giving the tower up to this Riven. Oh, TP on it, actually, from 1116.
Stay true.
Stay true.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's 116.
Oh, this one stay true.
Oh, maybe she can lock him down long enough for the time to get here.
Gonna land that tether. Oh, Abyssal Voyage goes about as wide as possible. Teleport now coming through. Dawning Shadow going to be the shield available. Jiang, though, he's still got that Blade of the Exile popped. The seismic shove will go wide as Stay True has to flash away from it. On the other side, though, this Hextech Gate, Husha is in no man's land, but Kaiwing going to realize that there is no follow-up if he does choose to turn around and go onto the Xin Zhao. And so all things said and done, it's 2 teleports out of BYG, just the one to answer, and no kills found.
And a Senna ult and the flash out of Stay True. So, and Jiang ult did that on his own, essentially. So we're seeing how strong the Riven can be. I think the fight misplayed by Stay True. I think if that is ever going to work, you actually have to wait for the second W to come out of Karma to lock the Riven down. Then you can follow up with the Tahm Kench W. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, you're dreaming trying to hit Riven with a Tahm Kench W.
We are in La La Land.
Pretender, 2 items.
Yep,
did pick up a kill earlier this game. Is going to be a problem for this Udyr and this Tahm Kench especially.
All right, Lo, are we going to game 3?
I mean, we really should be, but somehow the gold's evened up.
Yeah,
I didn't really notice that
got
happening.
Closed. I think a large part of it, the shutdown.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the person who got shut down is still looking to play aggressive and makes a lot of sense.
Does have a Black Cleaver.
Destroying Udyr in these trades.
I mean,
not even
kind of close.
Yeah, I mean, kind of is a little bit of a stretch. Riven will execute damage. See though, I mean, see what Riven's able to pick up. Jiang now going for that recall. 3rd item. Must be a Hydra in there somewhere, I would think.
Yeah, I think he does want some lifesteal this game against...
No. It's, of course, Fiddle of Lethality.
Okay.
Dragon, here for BYG. They are starting it up. They've got it down to half HP. Stay True trying to guard this from being taken out. Jiang going to find himself a Hextech portal. Finds his way onto the back line. 116. He's looking for the fight. I'm not sure he wants it. Going to be able to get him very low. Gemini claims that smite here onto the Hextech Dragon, and the 3-man seismic shove is going to be found. Jiang now very well and truly into this fight. Blade of Exile confirms 1 kill there onto Stay True. It's going to be 116 who gets fouled next. Husha, though, he's on the back line. He finds 1 kill. He finds a knock up there onto Pretender. Is going to be shut down by Pretender. Sorry, Jimmy, even on this Talia. Gemini, though, finds his way onto Driver. Driver got that turtle start. It's got a heal coming through here from Feng. Jimmy as well going to be rooted up here by the Senna. We'll have his Archangels lost. All things said and done. Once again, it is going to be the Dragon going over to Frank, who are up 3-1, as well as 3 kills in the team fight.
Yeah, very chaotic team fight. Somehow Gemini manages to get a steal while that's happening. Weaver's Wall cuts off 1116 and isolates him with Jiang here. Yeah, he's just stuck here fighting a very strong Riven. Meanwhile, it's actually Gemini just on the Dragon, and Husha trying to flash in for the smite steal. Doesn't quite get it, and then a 3-man shove out of Jimmy means the fight is actually somehow still pretty close, but always going to be in Beyond's favor.
Frank's favor.
Yeah, Frank's favor, sorry. Pretender pretty much free hitting the whole fight. His team does get chunked out. And yeah, there's Jiang. Lands a lot of AoE that fight, honestly.
On 6 somehow. Karma Champion does the most damage in that team fight. Stay True having an absolute blast of a team fight, doing 49 damage. Couple procs off that Barmy Cinder, perhaps. Maybe an auto attack. Maybe. Probably not. Not even getting the Devour off, I don't believe.
Yeah, he maybe just got locked down and died too quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't see what happened to him.
Seismic shove. Death.
So, Serpent's Fang for Jiang. Actually, a very high value item this game. TP to match the Weaver's Wall.
Play the Exile. 116 going to teleport in, immediately flash away. Mantra Q does go wide, but they are keeping this tower alive. The cooldowns used by 116.
Yeah, this game just gets harder and harder for Beyond to play. They managed to claw back the gold lead, but even just based on comps, it's such a hard game to play.
Yeah. 2 Black Cleavers now on the side of Frank. Second one being picked up by Gemini after their very successful Dragon fight.
Twice as good.
That's right. I have 1 when you could have 2. You tell me.
I really do like the Serpent's Fang from Jiang. It's getting value against everyone but the Xin on the enemy team.
What smite doesn't have? Blue, yeah, no.
Oh,
No.
right, if he had green smite.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to imagine the perfect team fight for Beyond. That they're going to be able to win. And it probably starts with Pretender being picked off very early, while somehow Jiang is zoned off and not able to get onto anyone. And you don't really have the best tools to get on to Pretender or really zone out the Riven.
You know, recently, internationally, the center lanes have quite often got to level 3 and then just laned with their top laner. I wonder if this was perhaps a game where that was the play, because...
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh.
But Senna just goes top?
Just lanes top. Just lanes top with the top laner.
Oh. I mean, this might have been the game to do it. Riven would have been very depressed.
Yeah, and right now Riven is a problem. An absolute problem. I don't know how you're ever killing this Riven. You've got to find some way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, Driver's tanky. Like, he looks very tanky, but he is not going to be tanky in these team fights. If Pretender gets any uptime on him, he's going to go down very quickly. Actually goes for a Spirit Visage second.
Yeah, and Hubris going to be the pickup here for Pretender and his next item, so just going to get that much harder.
Oh, yeah, Opportunity. Oh, wait. Hubris.
What? Hubris. Terminus.
Terminus. Yeah, I got confused.
Terminus. Sorry.
Yeah, Terminus. New items.
It's not tied on Draven. It's Terminus.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, yesterday's final games just still scarred into my mind.
So Beyond trying the old reliable ARAM. Gonna get position on this dragon at least.
They have to find a way to win this fight. It is Dragon Soul if Frank are able to pick it up, and I don't know how you ever do win this fight. Level 16 now for Jiang on this Riven, and just so strong. And apexing at 3 items, probably 3.5 now.
Yeah, and if he wants to, he can just take a tier 2. This is gonna group though.
He's looking for a flank. Driver gonna have to try and somehow mark this Riven, but Flash available.
Another really nice Weaver's Wall
over that wall, and Flash now is gonna be taken away from Jiang on the Riven, but he does stay alive, stays nice and healthy, so still certainly able to fight with the mobility that Riven does offer you. Goes down pop from Driver, and he's in fact just looking for Jimmy, and Husha finds his way there onto the Talia. Sizer and shove keeps him nice and alive. The Dawning Shadow coming through and finding a lot of damage. In fact, taking out Kaiwing here at the start of the fight. Gemini looking for the smite. Gemini will find the smite as Jiang does go in. He finds a double kill. He's looking for more. He finds the knock-up at 116. Looking for the triple. Will he find it? Yes, he will. Quadra kill on the menu. And Jiang going to claim himself a fantastic team fight and the win. That's the Dragon Soul. And a clean fight out of Jiang on the Riven.
Yeah, it looked like Beyond had somehow managed to get a team fight win. Pretender was taken out on the back there, and Jimmy pretty low as well, but as we kind of expected, this Riven just unkillable and played so well by Jiang. Going to be 2 towers picked up by Frank as well as the Soul. So difficult to play into the Soul. It looked like the Death Bowl strategy was going to maybe work for Beyond. Just group as 5 with a Karma Senna. Stack on top of each other, but it does give the Riven a lot of value when you do this. So this Weaver's Wall looked really nice from Jimmy. He's been doing a good job isolating targets for his Riven. Udyr maybe not the target you want to isolate, so he just drops the wall. I mean, heroics from Jimmy in this fight too. And you see Franco approaching from every angle. They're such a good team fighting team. Kaiwing finds his way onto 3. No follow-up able to go onto Jimmy. And Jiang actually just shows up for the front to back. And yeah, Jiang gets in there, ults one guy down. And yeah, I mean, you just have to pretty much have all 5 members hitting this Riven to have any hope of killing her. And in a chaotic team fight like that, maybe Pretender is going to have too much impact. So they take out Pretender. But then Jiang is going to carry the game. Or the fight at least.
Baron now on the cards for Frank. Weaver's Wall does come out. It's a little bit too early as BYG will be able to find their way here into this river. fought off any thoughts that Frank had of confirming themselves the Baron, but certainly a massive, massive lead and almost a certain win in the game for Frank as Hextech Soul was picked up in the prior engagement. BYG, of course, they're not going to roll over at any point of this game. They're going to continue fighting.
Yeah.
There are still chances, of course. The later this game goes, the more worried you have to be about Senna. The later this game goes.
Yeah, theoretically infinite scaling on the Senna.
Yeah, and also the Karma almost feels like an infinite scaler in many ways, with just how much usage she gets out of her abilities. It's going to be the cease and desist, the seismic shove, and a kill on to stay true, regardless of that grey health. Of course, Rel doing pretty good against the Tarm, just taking away that shield immediately.
Yeah.
Teleport available though, so he will be able to get back to the play when he does respawn in 30 more seconds, but at least for the time being, it's 4v5. Husha being almost killed off there, and losing his ult does mean it is essentially a 3v5. He's trying to find his way around to look for a steal, I imagine, but actually just opting not to. There is wards everywhere. There's no way he's ever going to find it, and Jiang actually just finding Husha here means that Baron will be picked up, and Frank really shouldn't be a whole lot left in this game. 10k is the gold lead. Dragon Soul, Baron buff now on the side of Frank means this game shouldn't have much left in the tank, but Frank will still have to prove it. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a very, very Fed-driven 7-1. I mean, Jimmy and 7-1 too, but a lot more towers and CS for Jiang this game.
Sterix and Abyssal Mask. Oh, sells the Abyssal Mask.
Yeah, Abyssal Mask is wild.
Yeah, doesn't feel like Riven benefits that well off it. Okay. Megatron Cloak, and we're leaving. I think it's going to be a Kainic Recurn.
Oh, really? Just full tank? I thought he could go Maw, but maybe he doesn't need the damage.
Season assist down to Husha. Seismic shove once again. Frank doing so good with this Talia and Vi combination.
Yeah. Jimian's looked very good on the Talia. Had a rough start to this game. Started his lane at 30% HP against the Karma.
Oh, Udyr champ looks horrendously bad.
Yeah, when you lose early game as Udyr, there is kind of nothing for you to do in the game anymore.
You have a glorified cannon minion in your team.
Yeah, a fast one.
Especially when Ghost is popped, but now Ghost is gone, and what are you going to do? Husha still not respawning for the next 10 seconds. Mid lane going to be looked at after the bot lane inhib does go down. Jiang just sitting there by himself. You have absolutely no kill threat.
Ooh.
Onto Jiang's Riven. They flash forward. He finds a 2-man, even 3-man knock up, 2-man stun, seismic shove, stay true. He's got not much left in the tank. He does go down. Husha does respawn, but not long after will be strucken by the crash down coming through there from the Rel that Kaiwing does possess. And it's a clean ace. It's going to be a clean game. Frank, you're going to take us to game number 3.
Wow. Okay, that's about all you could hope for from the Riven pick, right?